Hello students, today we'll start with chapter number 1 of your geography book. The topic is resources, as you have seen in the board, resources. So before start this chapter, we have to know what is resource. Resource means anything which can satisfy human needs, or you can say like anything which can fulfill our needs are called as resource. The simple definition I have written in the board, you see, anything which can satisfy human needs are called as resource, or you can write other definition like anything which can fulfill our needs are called as resource. So what is the example of resource? If you ask what is the example, so you can say anything which you are using, like I am using this pencil, using this marker, that means this marker is a resource. I am using this board, it is a resource. So any thing which you are using is a resource. So you can give any kind of definition. So before we have learned this resources, and for being a resource, a substance should have two basic qualities. I have written here the characteristics of a resource. That means a substance should have two characteristics, then it will called as a resource. The first characteristics is functionability. You see, functionability. Functionability, you see the spelling of functionability, Functionability. Functionability. Functionability means the working capability of a substance. That means a substance should work, then only it will be a resource. If it does not work, then it will not be a resource. Okay. Next, second characteristics is utility. 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 That means a substance should have demand. I have written in the bracket the another meaning, that is demand. A substance should have demand, then it will called as resource. If the substance is not needed by a person, then it will not be a resource for that person. So see the differences of these two: working capability of a substance and demand. Then let's the example. This is the example of a resource. So it is working. I can write in the board. It is working. So it is a resource for me. If it stop working, if my the ink of this marker is finished, then it will not be a resource. I will just throw it. It will lose its character. That means it will lose its character of functionability. So it will not be a resource. As well as I have a demand of a marker. I need to write in the whiteboard, so I have a demand of this marker. So it is a resource for me. Okay. So this is demand. If it loses demand also, it will not be a resource. I will just throw it. So for being a resource, a substance should have two qualities. One is functionability and second one is utility. Understood? Next we will go to the types of resources. What are the broad types of resources? Main types of resources. There have three broad types of resources. One is natural resources, and second one is man-made resources, and third one is human resources. Okay, I'll give the definition of natural resources. The first one, natural resources means all those substances or all those things which are created naturally are called natural resources. These natural resources are created naturally, so it is natural resource. You can give the example like plant, it is created naturally; animal, it is created naturally; air, it is created naturally; water, it is created naturally; coal, it is created naturally. Some other example you can give: petroleum, it is a natural resource; sunlight, it is a natural resource. These are all the iron ore, it is a natural resource; manganese, it is a natural resource. It is created by the nature, so it is called as natural resources. The second one, you see, second one is man-made resources. Man-made resources. Somewhere you will get human-made resources and man-made resources. It is same. So man-made resources are those resources which are created by the human being, or which is created by human. So these are human-made resources. These resources is nothing but the transformation of natural resources. We human beings transform the natural resources and made our own resources. This is man-made resources. Man-made resources which are created by the human being. Next, the example of man-made resources. You can give any kind of example of man-made resources which is created by the human being in the industry or in the by the human knowledge or human skill. See, chalk pencil, it is a human-made resource. Duster, it is a human-made resource. This marker also human-made resource. The road is a human-made resource. Industry is a human-made resource. The houses are human-made resource. The fan, the lights, this board, these are all, this chart is all human-made resources. So these are made by human beings, so these are called human-made resources. Next one is human resources. This is the very important resource of the earth, that is human resource. Human, it is a separate agent of the environment or separate active member of the environment. Only human beings have the knowledge, education, skill, technology which can transform natural resources into man-made resources. So human is a separate agent of the environment or separate part of the environment. So it is a separate resources of the environment. So what is the human resource? Human resource is nothing but the human education, human knowledge, human skill, human technology, human brilliance, human talent. These are the basic human resources. If you ask about what is human resource is nothing but the education, knowledge, skill, technology of the human being are called as human resource. Understood? So this was the types of resources. You have to know the definition of resources, natural resources and its example, definition of man-made resources and its example, definition of human resources and its example. I'll give the notes of this topic, types of resources, as well as the definition, even the textual question answer also. But you have to go through the book to know the definition of these resources. You just study the book, then you will understand very well. Next, you see, among these resources, the natural resources can be classified into two types. It is given in your book. It can be classified into two types. First one is, see the number 1, that is renewable resources, and number 2, non-renewable resources. These two are the types of natural resources. These two are the types of natural resources. One is renewable, another one is non-renewable. These natural resources we have classified into renewable and non-renewable resources. See the differences in the exam. It basically used to ask renewable and non-renewable resources and its differences. We have to know the differences between renewable resource and non-renewable resources. Some of the natural resources are renewable, some of the natural resources are non-renewable. Now you see what is the difference between renewable and non-renewable. First one is, see the term renewable. Renewable. The renewable word comes from two words. We can divide it into two words. One is renew, another one is able. That means which can be renewed. The thing or the resources which can be renewed are called renewable resources. And non-renewable, which cannot be renewed, they are called non-renewable resources. That means this renewable resource, if we use today, we can use it in future also. But non-renewable resources, if we use today, it will finish. We cannot get back these resources again. That means it will finish. It is one time use, and this renewable resources is it can use various times. Okay. So see the basic differences. Renewable resources which can be regenerated. It can be regenerated after one use. We can regenerate it, and we can use in future also 3-4 times or 1000 times also. So this can be regenerated. So given the term regenerated. Second, see the differences. Non-renewable resources which cannot be regenerated. It will finish after one use. It can be used thousands of times. It cannot be used after one use. So it cannot be regenerated. So renewable resources are unlimited in nature. It will not finish. It is unlimited. But non-renewable resources, it is limited. It has limited stock. It will finish after one use. Okay. It will finish after thousands of years. It will finish from the earth surface. So it has the limited stock. Next, renewable resource, it do not create pollution. If we use renewable resource, it will not create any pollution. It will not create dust. It will not create ashes. It will not create smoke. Okay, but non-renewable resources, if we use these resources, it will create pollution. It will create smoke. It will create dust. Okay, so it create pollution. And example, you see renewable resources. The example of renewable resources is water. We cannot finish the water. We can use it for various times. Air, we cannot like finish the air. It will create. It is naturally created, and we can use it for various times. Sunlight, we can use various times. Okay. Next, you see non-renewable resource, the coal and petroleum. The coal, if you burn coal, it will give energy, but after one use, after burning, it will finish. We cannot use it in future. It will finish. Same like the petroleum also. If we use it, it will finish and it will create the pollution also. And in the earth surface, the stock of this coal and petroleum is very limited. It will finish after thousands of years. It will extinct from the earth. It will finish from the earth. This was the basic ideas about the topic resources. After about the topic resources, its characteristics, types and types of natural resources. But in the next class, we'll discuss about sustainable development as well as conservation of resources. These resources, we have got the basic ideas about resources. Next class, we'll go to conservation of these resources, how we can conserve these resources and how we can use these resources, and we can keep it for the future generation also. Okay, rationally use it and keep it for future generation also. So keep studying and go through the book, then you will understand the topic. Okay, we'll go to next class. Thank you.